Hey guys, it's Tim Sanders here, your favorite mortgage broker, also known as the Mortgage Doctor. This is a special edition of the podcast. I asked you guys to send me questions, send me your favorite questions, and I'm here to answer those for you. So we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to see if I can answer these to my best of my ability, and also want to be able to let you guys know about any new programs, any new things that are out there that may be able to benefit you guys in the pursuit to be able to purchase a home. Okay, so couple of things I've been getting a lot of is, hey Tim, like what does my credit score need to be? What does my income need to be? How much assets I need to have? And I tell people all the time. So there's an invisible triangle that I like to put out there, right? So there's the income, credit, and assets, right? As long as you have two sides of that triangle or two sides of that stool, then I'm able to take care of the third one. So if you have the income, you have the credit, I can be able to find different grant programs, different down payment assistance programs to be able to help you with the money to put down. If you have the income and you have the money to put down, then you credit, you don't need to worry too much about that. So let me get right into it. I'm gonna answer some of these questions for you guys, let you guys know about the different things that are going on out there, right? So first question is, hey Tim, I have some money saved for a house. How much money is a good amount to have? And the truth is, you want to be comfortable enough to say like, hey, if anything was to happen after I purchase this home, do I have reserves put away? So I like to have my clients have, the 6 months reserves put away after they purchase their home. But when you're thinking about the amount of money that needs to go into a home when you're purchasing it, I tell them I always think about 7%. It's called the 7% rule. If you can save 7% of the actual sales price, so if the home is $100,000, if you save $7,000, then that's a good enough amount to be able to say like, hey, I have $7,000. I'm looking to purchase a $100,000 home. This is a good enough amount for you to be able to purchase that home. $200,000, you need to have $14,000 saved. So these are the amounts that I believe that you should have put away in your account in order to purchase a home. Okay. A lot of people have been asking me about down payment assistance programs because I've been doing a lot of down payment assistance programs since the beginning of this year. I think we're at $320,000 dollars that we've been giving away as far as grant programs that been able to help people to purchase homes. So we've been comparing my grant to like MSHDA. The difference with me and MSHDA is time, right? So MSHDA is great. If you get qualified for MSHDA, I don't do MSHDA anymore. I used to do MSHDA. I stopped doing it. MSHDA has like two different sides. So they have a loan program, then they have the grant program. And when it comes down to it's the time. So after you submit your loan to a mortgage broker, to a loan officer, to a bank, whatever, they'll put your loan through the process. They get you through underwriting. They get you clear to close. And after you get clear to close, then your information gets sent over to MSHDA. And then MSHDA has to review all that information. So sometimes, even after you get clear to close, MSHDA's saying, hey, I like this document, but I prefer this document instead. So they may ask you for additional conditions. So I have never really seen any MSHDA loans close underneath, 30 days. So, I mean, if you decide to go that route, there is individuals that other mortgage brokers, other lenders that have MSHDA. Me personally, I like the different grant programs where my clients don't have to pay that information back or pay that money back to the actual bank. So grants are just free money to the clients because you're a first-time home buyer. All right. So I got one. It says, will a large down payment makes my mortgage payment less, or should I put down the minimum? This is not the 60s anymore. It's not the 50s anymore. Put down the minimum amount as possible. Let your money work for you. So if you're buying a $200,000, $300,000 home and you're able to put down, saying 10, 15,000 as the minimum amount, and you don't have to put down the 30 to 40, 50,000, then don't put that down. Just put down the 10, 15,000. The mortgage rates are still historically low right now. The mortgage insurance is historically low right now as well. Put that money down. The money that you have left over, allow that money to grow for you. Allow that money to work for you. Invest that money. Use that money to furnish your home. Use that money to have a cushion, so you have the 6 months cushion to where if anything was to happen, you have money put away in the bank. So there's tons of things that you can do with that money outside of putting that money down to get down to the 20%. The 20% putting down, that's the past. People are no longer doing that. Even on my investment properties, I have clients putting down 15%. So 20% putting down That's not what you want to go. That's not the route that you want to go. Put down the minimum amount as possible. All right. So one client asks, how do I know what programs are out there? That's simple. You contact me. So you contact a mortgage broker like myself. We'll let you know what type of mortgage programs that you qualify for. So there's hundreds of different programs that are out there. I just rolled out, well, I'm actually rolling out with a program this Friday. It's for nurses, firefighters, and police officers, where we cut the down payment in half for you. So if you're putting down 5%, we'll put down 2.5%. So you put down only 2.5%. So we're able to make this more affordable to you, the borrower. So there's tons and tons of programs out there. You need to just contact your bank, contact your local lender, contact your mortgage broker to let you know, like, hey, this is what I have. This is the type of job I have. This amount of down payment I have. This is the credit I have. Can you tell me which programs that I qualify for? And that's my job, to let you know exactly which programs that you qualify for. All right. So the question that I get a ton of is, Tim, I want to buy a home, but I only want to buy it on the foreclosure list. So the foreclosure list, there's still a list out there, but that list is nothing like it was in 2008. That 2008, 2009, that market of buying foreclosure homes, that's gone. That's gone. So I know people want to buy those foreclosed homes, and that's not happening really anymore like that now. So the best bet is get with a local mortgage broker like myself. Let me help you get pre-approved, and then I can help you find a perfect real estate agent that can assess your needs and find the perfect area and home that you need to purchase in. So that brings me to, hey Tim, I really love my home here, but my family's grown. I want to buy a new home over here, but I know my tax is going to be higher. How do I know which area to purchase in? The truth is, me as a mortgage broker, I don't know what would tell you as far as the area to purchase in. That's not my expertise. My expertise is to find you funds, or to help you get funds in order to purchase a home. So my job is to get you qualified to purchase a home. Defining the home and finding the area, that's a real estate agent's job. And that's why you contact your local agent, and you go out there searching for that perfect home. Yes, certain areas you can be paying for that area. So like here in Michigan, we have Birmingham, we have Bloomfield Hills. These areas have higher taxes, right? Because they say they have better school districts. So you're gonna be paying for those areas. So when you're thinking about the tax amount, the sales of the actual home, the values of the homes, they're higher in those areas because you're paying for those areas as well. See here. So someone said that they currently they're living in their current home for the last 4 years, and they planning on moving. They're living in a ranch style home, and they're planning on moving. They want to move into a bigger home. Do you have any tips on how to save money for that? So there's two ways to go about that, right? So you can either sell your current home, right? Sell your current home, use those proceeds from that sale to purchase the new home. That's the most common way. Most people, they don't want to get into the renting business. They don't want to get into the investment business, so they'll sell their current home. The second way is to turn your current home into an investment property. So I have people that set it up exactly like this, right? So they'll say like, hey, I want to move into this home over here. I'm like a little bit short on my money to put down. I said, but I still have this home. I have a renter who wants to rent my current home out. So how do I go about this? So they'll say, all right, we'll provide me a lease agreement showing that you're going to be renting this home out. Show me that you're going to have the down payment of that person renting it. So they'll have like the first month, last month security deposit. So they'll provide me like a check of $5,000, $10,000 or whatever. Those funds can be used towards the down payment of the new purchase. So if you for example, if you purchase in a new property, you currently have your current home here. You can use the funds from that investment now, because this current property is turning into an investment property now, right? So you can use those funds to help you purchase this home. Not only can you use those funds, you can use that income from this property here to help you qualify for the new property. So we use 75% of the lease agreement. So if the lease agreement showing that you're going to be bringing in $1,000, we're going to qualify you off of only bringing in $750 off of that property. All right. so somebody said we've been in our home for the last 5 years. Our payment is okay. How do I know when it's time to refinance? So a good mortgage broker like myself, we have certain triggers. We have certain CRM systems that allows us to check to make sure, like, hey, this person rate is here, but the rates have dipped down here, or this person value is actually increased over the amount of time. We'll reach out to you and let you know, like, hey, this is the perfect time to invest. But there is a sweet spot, you know what I'm saying? There's a sweet spot. I can get into that later with a whiteboard on a later podcast of where you know when it's time to refinance and when it's not time to refinance. Because sometimes people, they may be in their home over 17, 20 years and you have 10, 13 years left, right? You may have passed that sweet spot because you're already paying more principal than you are for interest, right? So if you're paying more principal than you are for interest, by refinancing, yes, I can refinance you into the same amount of time that you have left, but at what cost is that going to cost you? So sometimes I tell people, like, hey, it may be not best for you to refinance, but there's it's a process called recasting. Recasting is where you say, hey, I want to lower my payment. My rate's a pretty decent rate. My husband, he just got he just hit the lottery, or he just got the that what's that check that they get from Chrysler or whatever, the large check. How do I apply this to make sure that my payment goes down lower? So you don't even need to contact me, but you can contact me. We can speak with your actual mortgage company. The process is called recasting. You apply a minimum of $5,000, but you can go all the way up to, I think, $50,000. You apply that money directly to the principal balance, and then they'll re-amortize your mortgage over the term that you have left. So if you have 22 years left, they'll re-amortize your mortgage over the 22 years. So your mortgage payment will drop, your interest rate will stay the same, your mortgage payment will drop and your interest rate will stay the same. So this will actually help you guys, so you won't have to go through the process actually refinancing. I think that covers majority of the questions. How do I know, like, what area is worth the price of the home? It truly is. It's all your preference. So how do you know what area of the price is worth the home? So, like, it's all your preference. If you believe your kids will thrive better in this school district, or if you believe that your family lives here in this area and you want to move to this area, then it's all your preference. So the price of the home goes up, is based upon the market of who actually wants these homes. So certain areas, the homes are not increasing because a lot of people are not moving in these areas. People are moving out from these areas. I think that's all the questions that I have. Unless DJ, any questions that you think I can ask the clients? So I don't know if you guys can see him or not in the back, but he was just telling me to mention the 1% down program. So the 1% down program is a great program. Actually, me and my wife, so 5 years ago or 6 years ago now, the 1% down program was here. Me and my wife, we purchased our home with the 1% down program. We were lucky. Like, we're the most blessed people that you can never imagine. So we purchased a home from my wife's grandmother's best friend. She wanted to move. She owned like 6 homes. She's like, I want to move to him. The home is in Detroit. She's like, I want to move to him. You guys can just purchase the home. I'm only going to sell it to you for $50,000. We got the home was appraised for $110,000. I said, okay, perfect. I'm not going to fight you on it. You want to sell it to me $50,000? I'm not going to fight you on it. At the time, they had a 1% down program then as well. So me and my wife, we were able to put down 1% down on a $50,000 home. So this was huge. This was huge. It took one paycheck to cover the down payment, closing costs, and everything. So basically, I just took my paycheck to the closing table, handed it to them, and they handed me the keys to my home. So, like, the 1% down program is a great advantage for a lot of people to be able to take it. If you weren't able to save up the right amount of money to be able to purchase a home, 1% down program is the perfect program for you, especially now that we just got our home appraised last year and we put our equity out of our home. Our home is worth $225,000. So from $50,000 to $225,000 within 6 years, like, the home is still the best investment that you can make. Outside of that, there's grant programs that I have available. Like I said, I've been pushing out so much money as far as the grant money. I've been able to help clients purchase homes with zero money down. As a matter of fact, for the last 6 clients, which is odd, I'm not going to say this is going to happen for everyone. It has to be that sweet spot of what the home is valued at. So like if your home is like, you're looking to buy a $150,000 home, and I'm able to give you $10,000 in grant money, the $10,000 in grant money will cover more than the down payment, closing costs, you know, and all these different costs that are associated with buying a home. So at the end, these 6 clients, they receive the check back at the closing table. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to everyone, but it's one of them type of blessings where they thought they didn't have enough money to purchase a home. Now you're getting money back at the closing table. So that's huge all in itself. There's always the VA. You always can go VA, 0% down. I think VA programs are perfect for anyone that's served or any family members that served. I think that's a perfect program for people to be able to use or utilize. Maybe 70% of all my business is FHA. I think the biggest myth out there in the world right now is, and I'm getting from listing agents all the time, is, hey Tim, I read all your reviews. I think you're great. I like the conversation I'm having with you, but your client's FHA, Tim. Like I don't want to accept this deal because FHA takes forever to close. My client needs to be out of his house within 20 days, right? I'm like, well, FHA deals to me is the same thing as a conventional deal. I close all my FHA deals the exact same time I close my conventional deals. They're not different, people. Like the myth of the back in the day where there's a crack in the sidewalk. We can't sell this home FHA. No, that's not the case anymore. All right. Yes, we still need to get the chipping paint fixed. Yes, you can't have exposed wires. These are things that you don't want to have anyway if you're purchasing a home. So FHA is still a great loan program that I think everyone should go out there and try. Another thing that I get where I think people don't understand the benefit of it is a gift. And that's huge. Like, so I get clients who certain clients, they get gifts. They get gifts all the time. Hey, my aunt's going to give me $2,000. My dad's giving me $5,000. My mom's giving me another $5,000. I'm going to be able to, I'm going to use these gifts to be able to purchase a home. But then I get certain clients who don't give any gifts. And I don't know if it's for the fact that certain people have pride, a pride that says like, hey, I want to be able to purchase this home on my own. But that's not how America was founded. Like we need to be able to help each other out. So if you're able to get a gift, get a gift. The gift, if you're going conventional, it's very simple. You just get a gift letter, and the copy of the check, and that's pretty much it. If you're going FHA, it's a little bit more tricky. So if you go to FHA, you need a gift letter. You need a copy of the check. You need to show the check being deposited into the borrower's account, and you need to see the funds leaving the donor's account. So it's just a little bit more work with FHA, but the same thing, very simple. Gifts are there. Use the gifts, people. When it comes down to you're getting married, right? People like, Tim, I just got married, Tim, and I got $20,000 back for a large deposit. I mean, I got $20,000 back, right? And I want to deposit into my account. And they're like, but I know I've been seeing on the internet that this is a large deposit. I can't deposit this money. Well, the $20,000 that you just got back from the wedding, I know some in cash and multiple different checks and things like that. It's totally fine because the wedding, you getting married, that's a reasonable explanation of where that large deposit came from. So if you're getting married, that's a reasonable explanation. You just sold a home, a reasonable explanation of where these funds came from. So when it comes down to large deposits, lender says like, hey, as a conventional mortgage, they're going to say, hey, 50% of your monthly income is considered a large deposit. So if you're making $3,000 a month, anytime you deposit $1,500 and $1,501, that's considered a large deposit, and you need to be able to source those funds. If it's FHA says, hey, 1% of the sales price. So if the sales price is $100,000, so $1,000, $200,000, $2,000. So if you deposit $2,000 into your account, that's considered a large deposit. So use that information any way that you want. So I get clients. I know this is wrong to say. I should not be admitting this on camera, but I am. They have like $10,000 in their safe, right? They got all this mattress money. Like, Tim, I get $10,000. I'm gonna use this to purchase a home. I said, all right, great. The very next question I asked them, like, hey, where's that money at? Is it in your account? Oh, no. It's in my safe. Then I'll explain to them, like, hey, we're going conventional. Your income is $5,000. You cannot deposit anything over $2,501 because that's considered a large deposit, and we won't be able to use those funds. So you would need to make deposits in your account. I know this is gonna sound crazy. You need to make those deposits in your account every other day under $2,500 to make sure that you can be able to use those funds. If not, then we can't use those funds because we can't source those funds. You need to be able to source the funds to be able to use the funds. Source the funds to use the funds. I get people who think that, hey, Tim, I work part-time. I don't work full-time. So I only work 25 hours a week. I'm like, okay, like, what's your question? Yeah, so I can't purchase a home right now because I only work 25 hours a week. That's not true. That's not true at all. It may affect the amount of a home that you get qualified for, but if your income is there, then it doesn't matter. So if you working 25 hours a week, but you're still making $10,000 a month, why do I care? You know, we have to use 2 years of that income to be able to average it out, but we don't care. You know, you don't need to be full-time or work overtime to be able to purchase a home. My all-time favorite question, it was not my favorite question, but it was one of the questions that kind of made me scared, right? It was like, I have not done enough or taught people enough because I have family members asking me this, right? So I had a cousin, she's like, hey, Tim, I'm excited. Like, I'm gonna be ready to purchase a home in 2 years. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I'm like, why do you need 2 years? I'm thinking maybe you need the money saved up. I'm thinking if she needs money, I can be able to help her with grants or find something for her. Her biggest thing was she believed, she heard from someone else who doesn't own a home, who heard from someone else who doesn't own a home, that she needed to be 30 years old to be able to purchase a home. And that's crazy. So we're taking advice from individuals who never purchased homes before on how to purchase a home. And that's not logical, you know? So like, I get clients who, when I'm talking to them, I'm telling them like, hey, I'm the expert at this. Like I would never come to your job and tell you how to do certain things or tell you how to get things done. I am the expert. I want to help you get to the closing table. My job is not to pull people credit and talk to them over the phone. My job is to get them to the closing table and help them close on their loan, help them close on their actual dream home. So that's the biggest thing I want to make sure that I stress to people. You follow information from people that have done it or at a place where you're trying to get to. If these individuals are not at a place where you're trying to get to, they can't really, not saying that they can't give you the information, but sometimes that information that they're giving you is false or misleading, right? Because you don't need to be a certain age. I mean, you do need to be 18 or older to be able to, purchase a home, but you don't need to be 30 years old, 40 years old to be able to purchase a home. You don't need to have an income of $100,000 to purchase a home. As a matter of fact, majority of my clients that purchase homes are $50,000 or less. So that's something that you got to keep in mind, that where you are right now, there's always something that's available for you to be able to help you purchase a home. One thing I tell people all the time, everybody, this is so everyone's approved. And I know that sounds crazy. Everyone's approved. Meaning, just because I can't do the mortgage, there's always someone else out there that can. So you approved. Either you have to go through a hard money lender, you have to go through a different type of lender, you have to have a different type of loan, but everyone's really approved. Like, I've seen people that has just got out of bankruptcy. 2 weeks later, they're approved to buy a home. There's different programs out there for different individuals. Each mortgage broker, like me, I only accept deals from 580 and above. I try not to do any deals underneath that, but I've seen people close deals that are at 500. I've seen someone close a deal that was at 490. It may take a little bit longer, it may cost a little bit more, but everyone's approved. You just have to be able to find the right mortgage broker and to find the right fit to be able to help you get qualified. Outside of that, guys, I want to make sure that I'm expressing to you guys the importance that it is of contacting a mortgage broker, contacting someone that's an expert in the field to be able to help you get to the closing table, because the last thing that you want to do as an individual is spin your wheels and waste your time. So you out there thinking that you got a pre-approval, and you realize that this is not an actual valid pre-approval because you never gave the mortgage broker your bank statements, your pay stubs, your W-2s, none of that information. So how they're approving you, I have no clue, right? So they give you this document to tell you go out there and search for a home, and hopefully that all your information is accurate once you turn it in. That's not the way to go. If you go to the correct mortgage broker, they're going to ask you for the list of documents, the pay stubs, the W-2s, the driver's license, things like this, to make sure that everything's in line. Submit that information over to the underwriter and make sure everything's calculated and accurate. Then issue out a pre-approval letter. By doing that, you know that hey, this pre-approval letter is good as gold, right? So that's why, like myself, I have a close rate of 94%. So any loans that I get approval conditions, 94% of those loans close, right? So the other ones that don't close, they're usually, I have people that change their mind, that they walk away and they say like, hey, buying a home right now is not for us. We decided, I had a couple that actually split up, right? Like wanted to get a divorce, the wife found out something. So there's different reasons why people don't, all right? Last thing, I get people to say like, hey, real estate agent, hey Tim, I'm thinking about getting out of this industry, right? The rates are just too high. Rates are too high. Nobody wants to buy a home right now. There's a million reasons why people want to buy a home. The rates are at the bottom of the list. People get married, they want to buy a home. They get divorced, they want to buy a home. People, they want an investment property, they want to buy a home. People, I just had another kid. I need to buy another home. Like my dog, I have a Saint Bernard. I have a Saint Bernard, and she has outgrown my home. We had to buy another home because of that. There's million and one reasons why people want to buy homes. The rates are at the bottom of the list. All right, rates control. The rates is a small fraction of the equation to be able to know exactly what you qualify for. And then on top of that, if the home is what you want, if this is the home that you want, if this is your dream home, don't worry about the rates. Just move forward. And then in the future, you contact the mortgage broker like myself. We'll refinance you, put you in a lower rate, but at least you have your home. Again, guys, this is Tim Sanders, your favorite mortgage broker, also known as the Mortgage Doctor. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. If you guys have any questions, my number is 248-595-1110. Again, 248-595-1110. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.